Well, this is fun. I was cleaning up the layout. Sorry, I was cleaning up the Lego room. I wasn't cleaning up the layout. I haven't touched the layout in a while. But it's never far from me. I was cleaning up the Lego room because we're going to have some company this weekend. And whilst cleaning the Lego room, and I like using the word whilst, by the way, it's one of my favorite words. Whilst cleaning the Lego room, I stumbled across this. This actually fell behind some of my bins of storage bins of Lego. And, hey, oh, right, this news article. So a bunch of years back, and I can't remember exactly what year it was, but BrickFest was still going on. And we met Debbie, NovaLUG, and thereabouts from the East Coast came to BrickFest, and I became friends with them, and Sandy became friends with them. And they said, hey, by the way, we have a Lego show in January or February, whatever it was. Why don't you come out and bring the layout? So Sandy, Josh, and I hopped in the van, and we drove out to Dieppe, New Brunswick, which is a bit of a drive. And, oh, sorry, this might be dating, and it's kind of a sad dating us. This was basically a couple weeks after Sandy Hook happened in the States. So it was around that time. And so we were originally planning on driving through the States to get to Dieppe because it was actually a couple minutes, probably half an hour faster to go through the States. But after Sandy Hook happened, not that we were just wary of happening in the States, driving through the States. Nothing would ever happen to us at driving through the States, but we decided to stay in Canada, not cross the border. So we drove up through Quebec and through Edmundston and down to Dieppe. And the drive to Dieppe, New Brunswick, was very, very interesting because if you're a Canadian and you take Canadian geography and you look at the provincial map, the Canada map, and check out the provinces, and you say Quebec is a big province and Ontario is a big province and BC is a big province and whatever, you don't think of New Brunswick being a big province. But when you're driving in it, I will say that because I'm a person who has driven lots in my life for work and for just driving around. I had friends up in Sault Ste. Marie, and so on a weekend, from Friday night, I would drive up to Sault Ste. Marie and drive home Sunday night to get back to work the next day. And Sault Ste. Marie is like a 10-hour drive from here. And I did it a lot. And even one time I wanted to see the Manitoba border, so I drove to the Manitoba border 24 hours, thank you very much, from my home. Turned around and came home. So I've driven lots, especially in the upper parts of Ontario along the 17 and 11 corridors and blah, blah. And you think you're really in no man's land when you're driving up north past Sudbury to get to Sault Ste. Marie. You think, oh, there's nothing up here. But there are exits. There are exits to little towns here and there all the way along Highway 17, all the way along from Sudbury to Sault Ste. Marie. And then from Sault Ste. Marie to Thunder Bay, you think that there's nothing at Wawa and other places. But there are exits to take you somewhere every, 50 kilometers, whatever. There's an exit. When you drive through New Brunswick, I think we drove at least 1 hour once without seeing an exit. And they have these huge, at least 10-foot tall fences along the highway. And that's to keep the moose off the highways. 10-foot fence at least. I didn't get out of the car to go measure the fence, but the fence was really, really tall. And every so often you would see kind of a gateway in the fence, a break in the fence that has like what I would imagine, but I'm quite confident, a one-way door. The bars would only swing out one way. So if the moose does find themselves on the highway, they would walk along the fence and then go through one of those doors to get back into the woods. Sandy and I our eyes were peeled to see if we could see a moose, and we were quite disappointed. And even the signs along the highway showed you the scale of a moose to a car. So do not stop for moose, do not hit the moose, avoid the moose as much as possible, and you'll be good. Anyway, so our trip to Dieppe was fantastic, and no snow in the middle of winter, which was fantastic. There was snow on the ground, but the roads were clear and we didn't see any kind of blizzards. So we go to the show I think we were out there for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we're driving home on Sunday, and we are hearing on the weather report that there's going to be a major blizzard hitting New Brunswick on Sunday night. And so we packed up from the show, from the hotel, and we hopped in the van and we started driving home, and we completely missed the blizzard. We were told that the blizzard hit basically within the hour after we left. So all in all, it was a perfect trip for us because we had no issues at all. The hotel was fine. It was a beautiful hotel. The hotel is where the actual show was. And in the hotel, and I can't remember what it's called, a really, really cool place. Crystal Palace is right here in the article. Crystal Palace. It's closed now, I'm told. But it was fantastic because it has a huge play area with the mini roller coasters and water slides and all that stuff. For the kids, it's all indoor because if you're in the middle of January, you don't want to have like an outdoor theme park. And then it had a place for us to have the show. So it was hotel rooms, a water park, roller coasters, playhouses, all that stuff for Josh, and a place for us to have the show. And it was quite busy. It was a big room that we were in. Again, not as big as Brickfat, but still it was a big room we were in. And I had lots of fun. It was very, very casual. It was a nice show. And again, I got to hang out with my friends from NovaLUG and the other people from New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and the East Coast. It was a wonderful weekend. And this article made me remember that. And of course, they spelled my last name wrong, but what are you going to do? And we even, Sandy and I both told the reporter like 3 or 4 times how to spell it, even in military speak, how to spell our last names. And they still spelled it wrong, but whatever. That's cute. And you can see even back then, my hair is starting to go bye-bye. But again, whatever. This was one of the last shows where I did the 7.5 by 10 foot display. Again, this is here would be the underground lair, as we say, the repair bay that the lifting platform would lift the 918 up into the hole. So this is a big crater thing that I finally took apart. That's all the pieces I was sorting a couple weeks back. The tower is obviously still the same, and all the stuff in the front is basically still the same, but this part is gone, and I kind of missed that because that was a really cool feature. But again, it was just too big and bulky and temperamental for a show. It always seemed to want to screw up for the moving and lifting mechanisms. If I ever do get to be making a bigger layout again, maybe I'll rebuild it better, faster, cleaner, whatever. But the guy, the news guy, the reporter, the guy shows up with his camera and act like you're doing something. And I said, well, this is all blank now. And I was in the process of setting up the 6950 out there, and he goes, well, let's put him on top of here. Sure, whatever, just eye candy. Normally that would not be there during a show, and there'd be a monorail track up here during a show, but that's perfectly acceptable as for the newspaper article. And it was the guy was nice. I remember that he was a nice guy. I spelled my name wrong, but nice guy. And he got we're from Hamilton, Ontario, and we drove all the way out to Dieppe to do a show. We will go back anytime. Of course, Crystal Palace is now shut down, so I don't know what they would do now. I don't know what NovaLUG, if they're still even around. But if they have another show, we would love to go back. But so I found that article, and then again, there's the just I like having that there. It was one of the last times, as I said, that I did the big layout. And again, I did it on my own. Josh and Sandy helped me set this one up, which is always nice. But again, there was a lot of things for Josh to see and do in Crystal Palace. So I think to make Josh happy, I just told him and Stan just to go, have fun in the Crystal Palace while I do finish the setup. And I really enjoyed setting this up. And the weekend, as I say, was utterly fantastic. It's one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite memories of all time. It was very, very relaxing for us. And those guys know how to put on a good show. There was a GBC that was there. There was a lot of Technic trucks that were there, really, really scale model trucks. That was really cool. A nice Star Wars layout. I got some videos on my YouTube stream going back, I think 2013. If you go look at 2013, I think it's 2013. I could be wrong. But if you go back, there are videos where I did the Star Wars and the train and the town and other stuff, and of course the space layout. I was up on a little platform, so this little platform here is about 2 feet high or 1.5 feet tall. So it's like a little bit of the stage, and they set up that just for me. So this thing was on top of the stage, and there was this border around it because again the layout was smaller than the stage. So that was nice that kids couldn't get access to the actual layout. Again, there was no stanchions, there was no supports, there was no fences, but just the fact that I was up on that and there was this border around it, I made sure it was right in the center of this thing. A little harder to set up because I was doing a lot of step up and step downs. This is before I built the boxes, so there was a lot of like cardboard boxes, and there was some fixing to do, as there always was with the cardboard boxes. Again, there are still things to fix, usually when I'm at a show, even with the wooden boxes, but it's substantially less. The boxes, the wooden boxes are a blessing. So let me just say that really, really clear. The wooden boxes make the setup and takedown so much easier now. So I remember that. And anyway, 11/11. So that's it. I'm going to have a nice short video today. And I think this is going to be posted on December 9th. It's going to drop on December 9th, which is well over a week ahead from where I am right now. I'm still in November when I'm making this. So I am enjoying making these videos and uploading them. And so because Christmas is coming and I will not have a lot of time to make videos about my Lego stuff. Until probably, I don't know when that's going to start slowing down, by the way, because right now, there's no pieces. I just started just now. I still have that thing set up there because I don't want to put it in the box yet. But I started pulling pieces for my next build. And you can guess what it is. 6989. Sorry, I gave it away. So that's it. That's all. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Everybody stay safe. I hope everybody is getting up to a wonderful, relaxing Christmas time. Know that Christmas to me is not about the presents, but about the presence of my friends and family. I really do appreciate this past year with all of you on this thing. And again, I'm probably going to do a little Christmas thing at some point, so I'm not going to blather on here about it. But just intro, I really do appreciate this past year. Especially the last couple of months with the YouTube channel with you guys. So that's it. That's all. Everybody out there, stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.